Hello everybody. Hello everybody. I'm gonna give a small tour of some of my fish tanks. This is 125 gallons. It's got some Eureka peacocks in it. It's one of my bigger tanks. And this one is a 180 gallon full of dragon blood peacocks and some OBs. Real pretty fish. There's a couple different varieties of dragon bloods in here. I think I have 2 strawberries, and then the rest of them I believe is the ones that came from a large male that I had, and I mixed her with an OB dragon blood, and she produced some albinos and mostly solids. There was just a few OBs in there, but for the most part that's what she did. There's my water change reservoir tanks. I typically fill these up, and then I put chlorine treatment in it, and then let it set for a couple days and keep it mixed up, and then I use that for my water changes. A few of my fries that I have, peacock babies. A few in here. I have some Oratus babies. I've got dozens and dozens of those. Tropheus, which are a little shy back in here, Dubosi. Some blue dragon bloods from Imperial Tropicals are in here. They're doing well. Got those on Black Friday, and they're doing real good. This is a catch-all tank, pretty much. This is a 55 gallon, and I have some overstock red zebras. I have some tetras, some tiger barbs, and an Oscar, and a couple of peacocks. So a little small baby Oscar in that one. More Oratus. I started with one female that I found at PetSmart, and she was holding, and I brought her home, and she spit out 20 some babies, and then it just went from there. And that was a couple of years ago, and I've got an overrun of Oratus, and they keep producing. My new convicts that I just recently got, I'm going to give those guys a try. These are my Turkana Jewel West African fries. There's probably half a dozen, or maybe 10 or 12 in here, not for sure. As you see, they don't have the red color as the mommies do when they're growing up, and I've got about 200 new fry that's in the holding tank now. And these guys, you can't hardly see them, but there's 2 electric blue crayfish in this tank here. It's my son's tank. He's giving that a shot. I have 2 redtail catfish in here. Let's see if we can get a better view of them. I just fed them some chunks of brine shrimp, and they went nuts. There's still some floating around in there. When they get a little bit bigger, they're going into a 200 gallon, and then possibly a 300 gallon after that. Kind of planned ahead for that. Another Oscar. Pick this catfish hiding under here. I have some ruby reds from Imperial Tropicals. I've got a male and 3 females in that tank. They're doing well. I got those on Black Friday as well. This guy's about 2 years old. I've been told that he was a fluorescent when I first got him, but I'm starting to believe he's maybe a sunshine or a green otter point. I'm not positive on it. some of the fish that I have, I know what they are, and then some of them I ended up with a couple of years ago, and they weren't labeled correctly. And I have a few Eureka's in here, and I have a fry rod, electric blue fry rod in there. Some red zebras in this tank, OBs, and I have one blue cobalt in there as well. These guys, I've had these guys for a long time. They produce a lot of babies, and I usually end up giving those away. I have this big guy. If some people out there know exactly what these are, these peacocks, I have like this guy here. He was just labeled as assorted, and I stuck him in there with a few females, and he turns really bright blue. His whole body turns really blue when he's in breed mode, and he's a big producer. I put him in here with like 3 real nice females, and he stays busy. Here's a female Chicana jewel and another male. I've got about 6 males and about 8 females in different tanks, and this is what they produce. Fry everywhere. It's probably about 200 in there. They're really tiny when they first hatch out, and I have a time getting them out of this tank. They are really hard to catch. And down here I got Pondamelia nairi from Imperial Tropicals. I got a male and 3 females. Got them on Black Friday, and they've already produced these babies. I have some zebra obliquitums in here. I only have 2 of those right now. I was hoping for a male and a female, but I think I have 2 females. I have an electric blue fry rod male in here, hiding under this rock. It's where he usually stays. He's a little bit aggressive. He killed all his females, and I'm having trouble finding another female that can hold her own with him. This is another catch-all tank. It's got some zebras and some yellow labs and a few peacocks in this one. A grow-out tank, 55. Some yellowfin ACIs, which haven't done well for me lately. They used to breed all the time, but here lately I'm going to have to do a change because they're not doing as well as they used to. There's another colony of Aratus. You can see one male there, and I got another male over here. And they seem to get upset when I clean all the algae off. I try to keep it off, but they tend to get real skittish after I clean the tank. So I kind of don't mess with them too much. It's not a show tank. It's just a way to kind of keep this colony going, and they've done well for almost a year. And this is a tank full of short eye. I started with 2. There's the big male right there, and I have ended up, out of that male and 1 female, I ended up with probably 100 of these guys, and they're just really good breeders, or really a good fish. They're a lot of fun to watch, and they take care of each other. I need to part with some of these pretty soon. I'm gonna have to get on the marketplace or someplace and try to thin some of these guys out, because way too many of them. There's probably about, I don't know, probably about 40 in here. They're everywhere. And this is a 75 gallon. They need a bigger tank, but only so many 125s and 180s that I can fit in my small fish room. Have another 75 down here with Socolify and a few adult labs. They're kind of timid. Let's see, some more Turkana jewels down here in the bottom. Mostly females. I have one male in here. He's hiding behind that rock. And then I have probably 5 or 6 females. And I'm going to have to start moving them around a little bit because they're not spawning in here. They only spawned once, but I think the females the leftover females pick up the eggs too quick. Here's some of my favorite ones. This is a male and 2 female Demustas. And they're still juveniles at this size. They're probably about 4.5 inches. Still juveniles. Kind of waiting to see what they're going to do pretty soon. I hope they do okay. I love these fish. It's some of my favorite fish. They're just really pretty when they color up. And then I have some angelfish in here, some platinums, some striped angels, and I have a couple what they call blue ghosts. They give like a bluish tint to them in this 180-gallon tank. And another 200-gallon tank that I'm just now setting up. Comes with the oak stand and all that I'm working on. So total, I probably have about close to 50 tanks, and it's still a work in progress. I have my air pump system running around the room, and every day something new. You guys like and subscribe. I appreciate it, and see you in the next video. God bless.